Last time on Pole House Black Pot Weekend Getaways, we visited Pilot Knob, climbed around on elephant rocks, and fixed Old World sauerkraut. This week, before we head for home, we fixed easy potato soup. On the way home, we visited Dillard Mil. Stick around.
I think they're done, hon. So we're doing something that Angel, I think, kind of came up with this recipe, didn't you, Angel?
Yes, I did.
And this is an easy potato soup. So we started just by putting some potatoes, if we peeled just a couple of them, because we're only cooking for two. Put them in a little bit of water, chopped them up, and they're going to be over the open fire.
And we're fixing just a half a batch too.
Yeah, this is a small batch.
The recipe will be a full batch at the end.
We need about a teaspoon of minced garlic.
Actually, 2 teaspoons. No.
For this one, 1.5.
Yeah, that's right.
We need some black pepper. Seasoned salt. Dry minced onion. Put the lid on. Bring the potatoes up to a boil. Let them cook until they're done, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. We'll be back in probably, 20 minutes or so. Okay, it's been a good 20 minutes. We've been at a pretty good boil, so we're gonna take it off the fire a minute and see if these potatoes are done. Grab a fork, of course.
That's it, they're on.
They're done. I'm gonna add some milk. How much we need, hon?
Oh, about that much.
Probably a good half a cup, I'd
And
say.
save it because we'll probably need
Might
it.
need some more.
Yep.
Now,
We had made a batch of this not too long ago, and we only made a half a batch. So we had half of our instant mashed taters, and don't poo-poo that.
the
now.
recipe calls for a whole bag. This is makes 4 half-cup servings, 4 ounce. These are like instant mashed potatoes.
That's all they are.
And you can use whatever flavor you like. That's what's cool about this recipe. And we use roasted garlic. If you stir that in,
Now, you make this the thickness you like. We like ours pretty thick.
now these potatoes are fairly done. So you can mash them up a little bit if you wanted and make it, they don't have to be real chunky.
Okay, now you need to put your butter in there too, Willie.
Okay. How many tablespoons of butter?
Well, about half of what's left.
So about 4 tablespoons of butter.
Yeah. And this is also to your liking. Got a copy of that.
Okay.
There with your bag.
Let's call that about 4 tablespoons.
Okay, now
Now,
you see how thick that is?
It's gotten fairly thick.
So we're going to add quite a bit more milk because we're going to put it back on the fire. and we're gonna let it raise it and just let it sit there and simmer. You're probably gonna need the rest of that milk.
Okay, well, I'm gonna add as I go. You can always add more. It's kind of hard to take it back out, so.
Now this works good with canned milk, evaporated milk too. And that's it. He's going to put that on the fire and raise it up. We'll have to stir it a couple more times, but it's done. We just need to bring it back up to temp.
Yep, lid on. Raise it back up because we don't want a real big amount of heat now. So we'll go 3 or 4 links higher, which will give us less heat. Hang it back over the fire. Now we've got one more ingredient that sometimes we add, sometimes we don't, and that would be some cheese, and let that melt in it. So probably let this bring up temp first, and we'll be back.
Give it a quick stir.
All right, looks like it's steaming. I think we're about up to temp. So we got one more ingredient that we're gonna add. Now we didn't have any shredded cheese because we were just brought what we needed for some grilled cheese sandwiches. And by the way, we were just doing grilled cheese and hard salami sandwiches with some store-bought sourdough, not our homemade. So we had Munster cheese, right, Angel? Munster cheese. So I had about 3 slices that I diced up. I'm gonna put that in there. Ooh. Smoke's getting me. I'm moving over here. Okay. Stir that in. Let it melt. Give it just a couple of minutes for it to melt, and this supper's gonna be ready. Well, I think it's time for supper. Still too hot? Oh, it's all right.
Ready? Oh, you got 2 bowls, son.
I've already got 1.
Is that enough?
That's enough to start.
Oh, I messed up your Dutch oven.
It's good.
Well, I think that about does it for today, isn't it?
Yep, I think we're about done for today. We're going to go ahead and finish our supper. And then we're going to start packing up before it gets dark because...
Tomorrow we're leaving.
Yep.
But we think we're going to have a place to stop. So we'll see you in the morning.
If not, we'll see you before we get leaving up and packing up. And we'll see you in the morning. All right. Bye. Okay, stop. Up here. Hop up there. Right here. Up here. Up. There you go. Good girl.
Take the next left onto Dillard Mil Road. Continue on Dillard Mil Road for 1.5 miles.
They're out here in the middle of nowhere. Well, that's the longest 1.5 miles there ever was. There it is. I see the sign. Entrance that way. There ain't no entrance that way. Well, I don't see a mill here, do you?
Alright, we have come to Dillard Mil State Historic Site. And this, it says here, is a turning water into power. Dillard Mil was one of Missouri's best preserved examples of a water-powered grist mill. The mill, which had been restored to operating order, was built around 1900 and continued to grind grain until 1956. Well, it's about a quarter-mile walk from where a parking lot back here to the mill. It's a pretty neat mill. I don't know if you can see it real good because it's in the shadow and it's a dark, kind of a barn red, but it's pretty cool. This is was a working grain mill called a grist mill, and they ran, of course, by a water wheel. And I don't know, I couldn't really get a good view of the water wheel on the other side, but Angel didn't come back because it's got kind of this pea gravel walkway back here, and it's kind of slick and kind of hard to walk on, so she didn't come back. So just be forewarned, it's a decent little walk back here, but it's a beautiful spot. What do you think, Iris? That was a good little walk, wasn't it? Well, it was a pretty tough walk, huh?
Would be.
That was kind of a tough walk because that pea gravel was kind of hard to
Well,
walk
I
on,
noticed that up top. That's why I turned around.
The hill was the worst part because then you could kind of get off. There was a lot of grassy area. Luckily, it wasn't any mud. It was plenty dry, so you could walk on that. But still, it's a pretty nice walk. Beautiful back in there.
Is it? Well, it looked like the mill itself was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see real good because we were on the shadow side and it's dark red, so I don't know how good our pictures and stuff will come out. But it's still a neat place to come down here and visit, kind of off here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which a lot of this stuff back, you know, from that old had all gravel and dirt roads. So as times change now, these places that were kind of in the middle of business end up being out in the middle of nowhere now. So.
Well, that about does it for this weekend getaway.
Yeah.
We hope you liked this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. It's a like. Share us on Facebook or Instagram. And tell us other hidden gems like this.
Yeah, some other mills that'll be fun to go to. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.